welcome to Coffee and Tea with Aeson and Tracy. How are you, honey?
Hi, how are you tonight? I'm good.
I'm halfway evil, and let's give some backstory. We were talking mobile altars the other day in conversation.
Yes.
I'm like, yeah, they're kind of nice. I have a few. I can put together some. And you're like, well, I have one. And I'm like, oh, really? Because I was talking about video ideas I had. And you were wanting to do an altar video. And I'm like, okay, we can do an altar video. So where did this come out of for you?
I'm cheap.
Of course you're cheap. I mean, you have to be in this economy.
And I always, you get on Facebook and you get on Instagram and you get on different platforms. And I mean, I think we discussed this before on other shows. I'm old school. Everything I learned 30 years ago in books.
Right.
Old books. So I see some of this stuff now and some of it's neat, and some of it I'm kind of just like, meh. But I don't know. A lot of things I'm noticing now, like people want to go so elaborate to like, do like their witchcraft stuff or do their readings, and it's like you don't have to.
No, you don't have to. Hello, Brenda. How are you, darling? You don't have to go expensive. You don't have to go elaborate. I'm going to go ahead and show some of what we're working on tonight as mobile altars and altars in general. I'm going to show, I believe I have some altar pictures. I do. Let me see if I can share this. Slide, extra cam, share screen, yes. Window, Chrome tab, Facebook. Okay, so this was Yule Altar 1 year.
Nice,
comfortable, traditional.
Mm-hmm. That's what I like.
Yeah. I'm trying to find. I have a picture of my big, huge, grand altar set up. I just gotta find where I've put it. But that one takes up like the full living room, half the kitchen. I mean, it's a huge 30-person altar. But, and I get students all the time. I can't, I'm saving up to buy my athame. Do you not have a butter knife? One of the best high priestesses that I've ever taught, her athame probably still to this day is a butter knife. And I'm not joking.
Nothing wrong with that.
No, this was mine and Joe's first Christmas, first Yule together, and his first time participating in Yule. And that was the candle altar set up there.
Oh, nice.
Stop sharing. There we go. But I know I have it's been years since we used that huge altar. But people get lost in the big things. So, Joe was in this conversation and he brought up, well, I bet you can't make an altar out of an Altoid box. And I was like,
and you said, hold my beer.
I said, hold my husband. I went to Dollar Tree and we got some things. Some things you may have, some things you may not have. Some things you may have thought of. I also thought about a glasses case. What I'm making is a purse altar. This is when you can't get to your altar, but you got to do the full moon.
Say you're on vacation. Say you're out of town. These are the perfect things you can take with you. Mm-hmm. You certainly can't pack a giant whole ass table altar with you.
Yep.
It's little things like that you can take on the go.
Right.
And like what I'm going to show off is just little ones you can do on the house. When you got grandkids running around, kids running around, you got cats, you got to kind of sometimes make things practical and out of the way.
So, and maybe you're stuck at working night shift for a full moon.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Say it's stuff that you want to have out, but you want to tuck away. These are perfect things that you can use.
Now, I'm going to go ahead and clarify. There's two things for the Altoid altar I do not have. I didn't have time to run through Wendy's drive-thru this evening. because that's where I get mine from.
What you getting from Wendy's?
I am getting salt and pepper.
All right. Your little mini packets.
Yep. Okay, that does look wonderful.
So yeah, everybody, watcher, viewers, when you go through your fast food places or wherever and you get them little packets, don't throw them out. Save them.
Yep. So I'm going to show you what all I got, and then we're going to talk through as I'm putting it together, and we'll talk about the dimensions and stuff. So first up, you want to keep your eye out for little things like this, little containers. And just an old glasses case or a cheap glasses case. This one came from only $1, people. Altoids, lovely box, can fit in your purse. No one will make a difference. You can even go a little bigger if you've got room, or you got maybe a little baggy thing that you can get little containers for. A little bit of oil. This is Palo Santo oil. So yeah, if you need to cleanse something up real fast, this little bottle will fit in here. It does great. So it won't work for the Altoids box, but it'll work for the glasses case also. Matches. Not everybody's a smoker anymore. You can't find the lighter. A little pack of matches. You can just put a couple matches in your Altoids box. The best spell candles in the world, especially if you believe in burning them all the way. Birthday candles.
Yes.
You can't have an altar without having a wand.
Birthday candles.
Toothpicks.
I got my toothpicks too.
Chalk. And incense. That's all you need. That will solve probably any magical situation you can come into. You can also get a little bit more industrious, and I'll put people want some niceties. An altar call. You really can. It's quite beautiful. You know what that is?
Is it like a glasses?
Yeah, glass cleaning thing. It's a beautiful little altar cloth.
I never thought of that.
Incense, which apparently now they sell the burner with. Hopefully this is one of the cheap burners. We will see. Or not. Okay, girl was wrong. That's okay, girl. You buy big incense sticks, you don't have to use that whole stick. You can break it off. And I'll do that. So what do you got over there?
What I got, mine are little Dollar Tree finds. And this is the main thing. This is your main altar. And what's cool with this about this is it's clay. It's ceramic. It was clay. So this is your earth element. All right here. Then you turn it around and you can stash everything you want in there. I like tea light candles for this. You got your tea light candle. You can stash in there. This is kind of a big crystal, but you can put crystals in there. You can stash everything you need to do your thing right inside of there. And then on top, you use your water, your moon water. This container came from Dollar Tree too, years ago.
Yeah. And can we talk about this moon water?
And you don't have to have moon water. You can use bottled water. You can
use tap water. Pond water. You can use water cooler water. But no, I specifically want to talk about moon water.
But yeah, this is your earth. Then your candle's your fire element. And then your scent is, like you said, your oils. Peppermint oil, whatever you use, and you can mix that right on top in with your water.
No, do not mix peppermint oil. It will stain you.
Peppermint oil, yeah.
Yeah. Cinnamon oil will burn you.
Yes. But there's all kinds. And you got to be careful. But yeah, that scent makes your air element. And then, did I cover them all? Earth, water, air.
Earth, air, fire, water?
Fire's your candle. Earth, yeah. So we got all our elements all tucked in here. Then if you want to do your candle, basil's good for if you're doing a money. You can get all these spices at Dollar Tree.
Yes, you can.
Put your
and they work just fine in magic.
What's that?
And they work just fine in magic.
Yep. It's that you can use your basil, what your candles in there. Your oils are from Dollar Tree. That's all you need.
All right. All right.
It's if you want to do a money thing too, take a couple quarters, got some quarters, stash them. It all stashes right in here. That's what I like about it.
All right.
It's small, it's compact, it's out of the way. Grandkids and cats can't get into it. I can put it high up on a shelf and let it do its thing.
All right. Oh, good God. Why did they steal these things? Damn Tylenol woman. Swear that woman, poison Tylenol ruined life for everybody.
Order some almond oil. Almond oil is good too.
Yes, or cooking oil.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Allspice is another one.
Allspice is lovely. It will not burn you. It will numb you because it has clove in it.
I got a lot of, I'm thinking all money stuff and got money on my mind.
Oh, so that's an easy cinnamon.
Yeah, I was gonna say maybe I need to do a little money thing in my clay burner tonight. And white candles too. I don't know if white candles like universal.
Yeah, you can do whatever with it.
Mm-hmm. Rather than running around and trying to find all these colors and what color does what, just get white.
Yep. But right now is a good time to stock up on your orange, your blacks, your greens, your golds, your silvers.
And I'm with Aeson. If I'm not working with this thing, I pulled one out here, just birthday candles.
Yeah.
Because I don't know about y'all, but I don't have 12 to 15 hours to wait for a candle to go out.
All right. All right. So we're going to assume that you have water available to you. Here's a glass. Here's your glasses case. It can fit in your purse, anywhere. You get in a situation when you need an altar, or you need to work your altar. Maybe your high priest is pissed off at you, so he tells you need to go to the altar for 30 days, but you got to work 18 hours. You can use this. You have your little thing of salt. You have your little matches. You lay out your altar cloth on your desk. Very nice and simple. You take the lid of this, and go put water in it. Bring it back, set it down. Take one of your white candles, put it at the bottom of the altar. Put your goddess candle up there, your God candle up there, and you got your anointing oil. You have your little wand right here. You can do your invocational or your evocational, depending on if you know where your pyramid is, your pinnacle is. You have your little athame. Your head screwdriver works just fine. You have your white chalk. Take the white chalk and you can do your sigil magic with it. Like if you want to lock your hotel door magically, you can do that. All fits right here in your little case. Now let's see if we can take this challenge of Joe's of building an Altoid box altar. He loves to test me on this little stuff.
I forgot to say that too. I'll do that too. You can do sigils right. You can take your little toothpick and carve sigils right into your candle that you're going to use.
Yep. But these little glass screwdriver knob things work lovely for athames. All right. So Uncle Curiosity is apparently who makes Altoids. Did you hear that TikTok bullshit about you can't write your own spell?
No, but that's bullshit.
Yeah, you can write your own spell. You can do your own, you can make your own oils. You don't have to have essential oils for anything in magic. If you're doing aromatherapy or something like that, I can understand that.
I mean, how would you not write your own spell? It's yours.
Yes.
Who can memorize all that stuff?
Well, you can memorize a lot. You can memorize a lot of spells. You can memorize a lot of chants.
Yeah, to an extent, but
Yeah. And that's the old ways. You had to memorize your stuff. And I get that and understand the principle they're coming from. But no, you can write your own spell. Probably one of the most interesting spells I ever seen work was, God damn it, that chicken shit has got to go. And it had to do with a dude, of course.
That's pretty much how my stuff goes.
Yeah. Like, I don't know who taught people that they had to rhyme spells, because they don't always rhyme. All right.
Get down. Sit. Behave.
All right. So, in your little mini altar here, you have your athame. You have your piece of chalk. You have your God and Goddess candle. You have 2 candles for spirit. You have your altar cloth. And you have your athame. So what's missing? Well, what's missing is water and salt and pepper. Well, let's assume you can't light candles where you're at. So what are you going to do?
You can use those little battery operated candles, tea lights you find at Dollar Tree.
You can, or you can go take a walk on the beach and find you a shell and put it in there.
Yeah.
Okay, you can find, and you put that in there with a little bit of water, and you run through Wendy's, and you tell them you want salt and pepper, and put it in your bag, and you put it into the little tin can. You have a little milk altar you can carry around and fix just about anything magical you need. But no, I've seen many altars go for like $32, and I'm like, what the hell did you put in it?
The same stuff you just did?
Yeah, $32. Come on, people. Come on. Use some commonality here. Grandmother used to call it common sense. I call it commonality. And with this one, you don't have a problem with the candles standing up because you can just melt them into your little Altoid box in the place you want them to be at.
Mm-hmm.
And it works just fine. It'll do the same amount of magic. Let's talk about regular altars, like your at-home altar.
Mine, well, because of kids and cats, I have I should have took pictures. I have it's not a china cabinet. It's not real tall, but it's almost as tall as me, and I'm 5'1" on a good day. But so up there, I have there's the surface of the china cabinet, but then I have different layers going on the top of that. Like I get those things from I don't know what they're called. It's not a cake stand, but it looks like a cake stand, the round circle,
Yeah.
with those. I set those up, and then I have different ones. Like I have, my ancestor one right now, my one for the season up, and I just put different ones of those up on top of there. So
Right.
I can work 3 to 4 things at once.
Right. Now, I do suggest that you do not work more than 4 things at once. It gets really tiring when you're trying to feed that many spells. Half the day
I do them one at a time, but they're all set up. You know what I mean? And it's out of the way. Nobody's getting into it. And
so let's check out this Palo Santo fragrant oil.
Did you get that at the Dollar Tree?
Yes, I did.
I didn't see that at my Dollar Tree.
Yeah, it's over there with the incense. It's listed at, and it's fragrance scent.
I got to look for that.
Yeah, it's not a it's
I never noticed that one, Eric.
Glam Essentials. So maybe it is no, it is a fragrance oil of Palo Santo. So Joe, now you know what your floor is going to smell like this week. Palo Santo. I was complaining that last week when I done it in rose.
I like Palo Santo.
I like Palo Santo too. By the way, you can get that at Five Below. Just FYI.
Five Below has a lot of stuff you can get too on the cheap.
If you have it. Right here is probably the most magical tool you'll ever need.
What is it? I can't tell.
Chalk.
Oh, your chalk.
Yeah. Sit there and you can literally do, you can sit there and draw your pentagram, draw your earth element, draw your air element on, a wall or something. And when you're done, just dust it away. You can actually take it and put sigils on the door. If you like a lock symbol on a door, if you don't want that door to get opened, you can take chalk and put it draw a line along the base of your door, a base of the windowsill, so no energy can come through it. You can define your circle with it. Your fiery spice from Taco Bell is a good one. Take that, break somebody's name on a piece of paper, slide it into that packet of fiery sauce and seal it over. Put it somewhere, let it rot.
That's going to have them
hot and spicy for sure.
Real quick.
Uh-huh.
I like another cheapie. You can get it at the Dollar Tree for stuff like that. I like red pepper flakes.
Yes.
That's my go-to.
Yeah, but no, you see these old women, they have in their purse the salt, pepper, sweet and low, sugar packets, all this stuff. They're just packing an altar around. Truly.
I just heard that it's been super active here the past couple days.
Oh, yeah.
That's why if you catch me like doing this, it's been
right.
Like my husband's even hearing the stuff.
Ooh, how's he handling that?
He just he's used to it.
Good, because your toothbrush started dancing across the bathroom, so he can look at you and say, "Will you fix that?"
No, I'm happy when he hears stuff because at least he knows that, I'm not making it up.
Yeah.
And
at least he knows that things are pretty good. So how's your weekend?
It's been good. What is it? It's Thursday already.
Yeah.
I guess it has been pretty good. It's gone fast.
Yeah. It is. It's flying. I swear the end of the year will be here before we know it.
I know. I can't keep up. When I was a kid, my mom said the older you get, the faster time goes. And she was right.
Yeah.
She was right.
So that I'm 100 because I swear I was just doing my planner. But now I'm going to be doing some Dollar Tree stuff, some Dollar Tree witchcraft, some Dollar Tree planners, some Dollar Tree recipes on my Aeson Knight YouTube channel. For those that are maybe used to seeing us somewhere else, you guys may want to start coming over to the YouTube. And I go ahead and pop that out there if you're watching, because we may not be seeing your comments because Facebook's a dick.
Yeah, they're messing around with stuff again, it seems.
They are. Of course, they're reporting third quarter loss. So, yeah, they're messing with stuff. They're trying to force stuff to be one way or another. They're trying to, we used to have group chats and group things. They're not allowing that.
Yeah,
yes.
I don't want to speak it into existence. I haven't noticed anything of mine being messed with much, but I know there's other people that have business pages and they got all kind of wonky things going on, and I just keep sitting there like, yes, like, please leave my shit be. Please leave my shit be.
Well, here's the thing. Your shit's handed by Mystic PC because, I flip over there around 7 in the morning and go, nah, yes, please update our page. Yes, we agree to that. Yes, this bullshit, that bullshit.
I remember it changed over that one. That was a few months back. It changed over to that Meta. It was like 7 in the morning. I'm like, Joe,
yeah,
listen now. I can't find my page.
And it's like, touch your picture. Touch your picture again. There's your page.
Like,
all right, guys.
no.
Let's take a commercial and we'll be right back.
Hi, I'm Dottie the Psychic, and I'm sure you're wondering why I'm not wearing any makeup. Well, one reason is to irritate my social media manager, Aeson Knight. Hi, Aeson. The other reason is because I like to get to the naked truth about what it means to be a neurodivergent LGBT person with psychic abilities. I've got vlogs, blogs, and podcasts and videos all related to trying to live my best life and helping witches and bitches do the same thing. So, you can check all that out and get a reading from Dottie the Psychic at DOTTIEthepsychic.com. Safe travel and much profit to you.
Do you have a cute pet? We know you do. Each week, Tracy Vann chooses from submitted photos a featured reader for her Facebook page and provides a tarot reading. Your adorable pet cat, dog, rabbit, goat, chicken, snake, or more could be her next featured reader. Visit TracyVann.com, TracyVann.com, and click Featured Reader to submit. We look forward to seeing your pet next.
Hey everybody, Lady Gwendolyn here, and I am here to tell you how to get in contact with me and a little bit about what I do. I am the High Priestess that works with shadow work to help you grow and heal. And I work with access bars, Reiki, I do power forms. I'm recently getting into crystal healing, sound therapy as well. So you can go to Lady Gwendolyn Healing, that is LadyGwendolynHealing.com. Book your appointment with me. I do in person, I do over the phone, I do over Zoom. We can do that as well. My main goal is to help you grow and heal, because I've been there, I'm still going through it, and let my strength help guide you. See you soon.
Hey everybody, Natalie here from The Pendulum's Path. If you are in need of guidance, direction, spiritual connection, healing, or more, you have come to the right place. I have worked as a psychic and a medium for over 3 years, connecting people from all over the world with their loved ones, giving them insight and guidance into their current situations, their past healings, their blockages, and what they need to know in order for them to have a better future. It would be my absolute honor if you would come to my website at www.thependulumspath.com. Visit my shop. I have a whole bunch of crystals, oils, balms, mystery boxes, and more. And visit my services. I offer 15-minute, 30-minute, and 60-minute sessions. I also have email readings available if you're not comfortable with the one-on-one session with me, or if you just want to try me out. I encourage you to come visit me at the Pendulum's Path, and let's get you back on the right track today.
All right. So something funny just happened. I just got a message that I finally killed the fly that's been in my house for 2 months. Damn little spot from China. But I almost commented back to him, now you have to eat a spider. You don't remember that fairy tale from your childhood?
I do.
Yeah.
The lady, it was called The Lady and the Spider, was it not?
Yeah.
Okay.
I had the book. Watch the fellow fly, we'll never know why.
Yeah.
But what was your fairy tale?
You're making me dig back. My favorite fairy tale story.
Well, the favorite one you love reading to your grandchildren now.
They don't sit still long enough to let you read anything to them.
They don't. Why not?
No, they're on the go. But I know I liked. I can't remember. Don't have a favorite. I always had my face in a book. That's why I said, like, I was old school, starting around like 13, 14 is when I started getting, the books with, the occult arts, and I got into that. But even before that, I always had my face in books.
Right. Yeah, and there's always a lot of reading going on, a lot of different books. The coffee shop was swarmed out of me reading too many books and going, I want to talk to this one, I want to talk to that one, I want to talk to these. But, some basic things, that, people don't realize, like Cinderella isn't as nice as Cinderella used to be.
Oh, no. A lot of those stories originally are dark.
Horror.
Even the, I keep drawing blanks tonight. This is awful. I apologize.
Yeah, it's okay. It's the energy.
The Cradle, Rockabye Baby.
Yeah.
That's dark.
Yeah. Actually, isn't that one about the plague?
Yeah.
Let me grab the power of Google and check this out.
Yes, I believe so, because I even have these I wouldn't call it an oracle deck, but it's not a tarot deck. They're conjure cards, and one of the cards is the Cradle, and that's like a literal death card.
Yeah.
Not like the death card in tarot. It's like a literal death card, and it's a cradle. And it goes back to, that time with the plague and scurvy and all those terrible things that people got, children and babies got.
Right.
What's the other one that doesn't? There's another one, not the Cradle, not Rockabye Baby. Ring Around the Rosie.
Yep, that's is the Black Death.
Did you find anything on Google yet?
They're trying to attribute it to Native Americans having their babies in wooden cradles.
They did?
Yeah, that it was a natural way to get the babies to rock them sleep.
I didn't think they'd have wooden cradles.
Right.
I would think they'd have like baskets or, I don't know.
They look like little baby hammocks, but to the nursery room in 1873, claiming a fussy infant she was babysitting. Although people doubted her claim, a surrealist Canning film shows that she was given credit for the lyrics in more than 175 TV shows. So there's a few different ones here. It first appeared, Rockabye Baby first appeared under the name Hushabye Baby in 1975's book. In 1765's book, Mother Goose Melodies, although the first published referred to various of some histories containing the song was around more than 200 years old before it was printed. The footnote read, "This may serve as a warning to the proud and ambitious who climb so high that they generally fall at last." Interesting. So this one, like Rockabye Baby, is also King Edward, accused of being a part of King Edward's. It's possible Native American. So it's different places that it's attributed to. But I really wonder about some, or, Ring Around the Rosie is about not being able to sit, is about the plague, everyone thinks that Cinderella, they skipped the scene in Cinderella where one sister cut off a toe and another one cut off her heel trying to fit the shoe.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's been a lot of controversy over the Little Mermaid. The Little Mermaid is not even the Disney's Little Mermaid is not even the real mermaid.
No. I'm right now looking up the origin of Humpty Dumpty.
Isn't that like trying to overthrow a king?
Yeah, it's Humpty Dumpty is King Richard III of England.
Mm-hmm.
He was supposed to have been humpbacked.
Right.
And he was defeated at the Battle of Bosworth Field, 1485. So Humpty Dumpty being the king, the wall his reign, and to fight to preserve power and fall to his defeat.
Right.
Who'd have thought?
Yeah, who would have thought? And and then we have the Little Mermaid in general. It was written about a gay man not being able to have his lover.
I did not know that.
Yeah, it is suspiciated that that's what's happened. So it's interesting, to say the least, where some of these things come from, how they actually affect us, and how we whitewash them. And I find a lot of things in the occult being whitewashed here lately, and I'm getting a little annoyed.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I don't know why. I don't know when everything took this hard turn to rainbows and unicorn farts.
Well, not only that, but whenever rainbows, I mean, like mediumship. Okay, there's something called a cabinet reading. It's where you lock the medium in a cabinet, and they provide a reading. They use the stuff cotton in a medium's mouth and needles underneath her hand, around her hands, or tie her hands behind her to do readings. And a lot of people don't want to talk about that anymore.
Right.
Right now we're in the season of the witch, which I love the season of the witch, but we forget, about how a lot of this information come to light. Like the first use of cover was in Scotland in 1671, and it came out of a torture. But no, we're supposed to be green and flying on broomsticks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wonder where that came from.
That came from the blessing of the fields rite that used to occur in Ireland.
But I mean, like where that came up about witches being green and
Hey, Ashley. That came up about.
I mean, that probably goes pretty far back.
Where it came from. Like, that's the sad part, is I believe that's where it came from.
Mm-hmm. I know you put me in the cabinet and want me to do a reading. I'm claustrophobic. I'm not going to give you a very good reading because
right.
all I'm going to be thinking about is I'm stuffed in this little cabinet and
right.
I'm going to be stressed out. So you won't get a good reading if you stick me in a cabinet.
Yeah.
But I know, and I'd say this goes back to probably the 20s and the 30s. Mm-hmm. There were a lot of fake ones out there too.
Well, there was a lot of fake ones. There's a lot of showmanship ones.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And I think that's what is lost in our art is the showmanship. In general, that's been kind of pushed aside. We all need to wear black suits and white ties, and ladies wear light blue skirts and or dark blue skirts and white blouses. again, it was to gain acceptance. It was to look like, see, we're normal. See, we're normal.
With that, that showmanship come out of that, which was just what it was, showy.
Right.
And it kind of, that, I don't know, sometimes when you have, you read for people that never have a reading, I don't know, and they watch too much movies or whatever, and they still kind of expect that.
Right.
And it's like, no.
Well, no, some of the showmanships you can do. I do a good bit of showmanship in my readings, like my tarot cards. Those are showmanship.
Yeah.
Setting it up is showmanship. But I'm not going to, have things set to like puff and go out and come on and all that type of thing.
Exactly. That's what I mean. Like, we're not,
Yeah, I am not the David Copperfield of psychics.
Or Harry Houdini or anybody else.
Yeah, you're not going to chain me up and put me in a tank of water and expect for me to read your tarot.
Yeah.
Yeah. But Arthur Conan Doyle, you may know him as the person that wrote Sherlock Holmes, is the one that did a lot of the mediumship research. And some of the stuff, when you get digging into this, is terrible. Like some of the things they've done to people to prove that they weren't like escaping it, or trying to force it.
Well, I mean, let's go all the way back to Salem and what they did to those poor people.
Yeah, most of them weren't even witches.
Yeah, they were just minding their business, and somebody didn't like them.
Right.
So they said they were a witch, and they just tortured them.
Well, one was trying to get rid of their wife. Like that's the whole point there, was they wanted to get rid of their wife. The easiest way then, because they didn't have divorce, because it's Puritan, dear God, for them to get divorced. Apparently didn't know what wolfbane does. But, fine, then, you can, take in, she's a witch. Now, she's a female that thinks that you need to shut the fuck up and go sit down at your table while she makes you dinner.
And that's all it took to get somebody gone.
Mm-hmm. Well, and then we've seen it repeated in the 40s and 50s with when you want to get rid of a wife, you just send her to the insane asylum.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she said what was on her mind. So it's like, well, she must be crazy.
Exactly. So go lock her up. Oh, you got a question here. You do pet readings. What does that entail?
For me, pet reading?
Yeah, what do you do in a pet reading? Apparently, we're looking at puppy pet readings. They're not horses, so that's pretty good.
I mean, I don't know. I kind of read it like I would read a person. Just from some examples I can think of, there was one. I think it was a dog, and she wanted to know, like, she kind of just, I don't think it was a rescue, but it was just this dog that she got, and he was backwards, he was scared, so she just wanted to know where he came from, just to know a little bit about his background, where he was, and just to know how to better, take care of him and get him to, adjust to her home. And just, getting into that energy and pulling some cards, I did find that he wasn't, the people that had him before her weren't very nice to him.
Right.
And they, kind of kicked on him and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
But knowing that, from there, we were able to, look into how to, what to do for the dog and what not to do for the dog.
Mm-hmm.
And she took those pointers, and she used what we came up with in the reading, and it worked out for him.
Mm-hmm.
Like one thing was like try no noises, loud noises, bangs, stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
I said he don't like noise, and she changed something in the home that made some noise, and that helped the dog. So And I did do a reading for a horse before.
They're interesting to talk to.
Yeah. It was a while ago, so I really can't remember the details, but yeah, he like just told me what he liked, like how he liked to be outside, and I think he had an issue with his foot, but and it got that resolved. So yeah, it's a lot like reading a person.
You know, it's different though.
I do it the same, but yeah, it's different. But I even get pets in mediumship.
Well, of course, like pets have souls; they're going to come back over.
Yeah, I get them a lot. Like we'll just be going along doing reading, if all of a sudden it's like, did you have a fluffy gray cat? Well, yeah, I did. Well, okay, they're still around, you know.
But no, pets show up in readings. Pets have more opinions on your boyfriend than you do. Like, I'm sorry, if my dogs did not like my boyfriend, I'd have to get rid of him.
They're a good judge of character.
Not the dog.
They're a good judge of character.
They are. They are. You know, especially Flatty. Flatty's always been very approving of the boyfriends. There's a few he's like, get rid of that one.
I know my one cat, he's passed a few years ago, but he was always very wise, and he did not like my ex-husband. And yeah, I get it.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like, thanks, Scampy.
Yeah, like you could have warned me earlier.
Yeah, he did not like him, but yeah, listen to your pets. Like, listen to your pets.
Mm-hmm.
When they don't like that one person coming in the house. There's this club my husband and I go to, and every now and again, and it's like a sportsman's club, so people can bring their dogs in. Mm-hmm. And this one dog, he's the friendliest pup, and he goes around and visits everybody, and he just gets his pets. There's this one man that comes in. He does not like him. And I always tell George, I'm like, what's up with that guy?
Yeah.
That dog's the nicest dog. He's cool to everybody here. But when that one guy comes in, a switch flips.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, that's not the dog.
No.
Something's up with him.
Mm-hmm. Well, and not only something's up with him, but something probably is, you know, very much kind of like the dog ain't having this shit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that dog doesn't want him there.
Right. Ooh, that's something you don't see a lot anymore is automatic writing.
I do that. I don't do it for readings, though.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why.
I think it takes too much concentration.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do it for myself. I do it when I write little things like on my Facebook page, or when I like do blogs, which I'm very due for, but I'll kind of do some of that just help me get some ideas, because I don't do well thinking on the spot.
Well, you don't, but you also try to. You're processing so much information. Like, this is what people don't understand about us: is we process not only what we're looking at as far as card meetings and correspondences and their elements and how they interact with each other and the placement, but you're also processing psychic and mediumship information while trying to balance out the basic things like typing or speaking. Add a pencil and pen into that, and you got a whole mix of, like, you know, I think I used the term earlier, I've been octo bitch for about a week now.
You really have to, with the automatic writing, I don't know myself personally, you really have to zone out.
Mm-hmm.
You really have to.
Yeah.
Just let it go. And it's hard. It's hard to, like, when you have a pen to paper, not to think about what you're writing.
Well, not only that, but try to fix your spelling and your grammar and
you can't worry about none of that.
No, or your style.
It's things are going to be misspelled. Things are going to run all together. There is no throw the English book out the window when you do automatic writing.
Especially if you're telling someone who doesn't speak English.
I never did that one.
It's interesting. It's like reading international clients. I love reading them, but there are some things they say, and I'm like, it makes no damn sense in English. I think the guy asked about his girlfriend, and the message I got is she's no better than cat piss. I'm like, I'm going to give you what I get, but it doesn't make any sense. She's no better than cat piss. He goes, oh, that makes perfect sense. Let me, that's one of the sayings here. I'm like, oh, okay. I'm like, all right, if it works for you.
That's, the slang. Like, I have friends in England and Scotland, and they'll send me voice messages.
Uh-huh.
And I'm sitting here with it on my ear, and I'll play it like 10 times.
Yeah.
Just because they're speaking English per se, but the slang and their words, the use of their words are so different. But it's funny because then there's things that I'll say to them and they're like, what?
Yeah.
What? So we're just as guilty.
Exactly. All right, guys, we're going to take another break and we'll be right back.
Welcome back, Goblins! My name is Jason, and I am the host of the Esoteric Book Club, a podcast that examines titles on the magical, paranormal, the mysterious, and the strange. I release 2 episodes a month, in which I review books on esoteric topics, recap news of the weird, and conduct interviews with authors, practitioners, and experiencers. The Esoteric Book Club can be found on every major podcast service, or can be streamed directly from esotericbookclub.org.
Hi, I'm Tracy Vann. I provide a blended reading consisting of mediumship, psychic, and tarot cards. A reading from me can cover any guidance you need from relationships with your partner or your family, spiritual, financial, any questions you may need clarity on. If you would like to book an appointment with me, check out my website, tracyvann.com. That's TracyVann.com. I have bookings from 15 to 60 minutes you may choose from. That helps if you just have a quick question, need an answer, or if you're looking for a reading in more depth, I'm here to provide the guidance and clarity for you. Let's just figure it out. Bye.
Hi, Techie Joe here. I work with Aeson Knight and some of the best psychics in West Virginia to create amazing live streams and podcasts for the Psychic Coffee Shop Network. Together, we brew up great content discussing news, events, hot topics, and more, all from a psychic perspective. On the Psychic Coffee Shop, we interview amazing authors in the metaphysical realm. Coffee and Tea combines Aeson with Tracy, Dottie, Natalie, or Lady Gwendolyn for the good and the bad of being a psychic. Shameless Self-Promotion with Dottie the Psychic talks to leading and emerging YouTubers and business owners in our community. Mountain Bears brings you the latest in LGBT news and politics. The Psychic That Plans answers the question of, well, how a psychic plans. Plus, we're live on air. We take your comments and your questions, including psychic advice questions. Check out our amazing programming, book an appointment with top psychics, and find out all the wonderful things we have to offer at PCSBnetwork.com today.
Hi, I'm Aeson Knight. I provide tarot readings covering everything from love and relationships to your life questions and your spiritual answers. And also, I provide a lot of guidance in finances and divorces and all those relationship problems. So, If you'd like to get a reading from me privately, not on air, you can feel free to do so by visiting aesonknight.com and booking your appointment. I also provide on-demand services, so if your life is a little chaotic, you can go ahead and click that call now button there on my site, right, for a quick answer question. All right, guys, back to the show. Enjoy. All right, welcome back. So how's the rescue, honey?
Good, good. Things are calming down. We're getting out of the kitten season and, just trying to find kitties' homes. And it's been pretty quiet, working on a really cool thing. Anyone out there, if you have outside kitties or, you see some kitties outside that could use some shelter for the winter, you got an old cooler, the cooler sitting around. Get yourself one of them hole saw, like for an attachment to the saw that drills a hole. Or if you know somebody that has one, get them to just drill a hole like in the side of the cooler, fill it up with straw, boom, perfect cat shelter.
All right. Well, we've got an old cat carrier, and we're going to take the door off of it and set it on our porch, and that way outdoor kitties can go hang in it. But no, cooler would be very cool.
Yeah, because it's insulated. And I tell you what, and the straw, always use straw for sprays, we always say, because it doesn't get wet. It keeps them dry. You never want to put blankets or anything like that in a shelter, because if they're outside walking around in the snow and they come in and lay on that blanket gets wet, it never dries. And cats can actually die from hypothermia.
Yeah, very quickly.
Yeah. Always use straw.
Yeah. And no wood fiber, none of that sawdust.
No.
Yeah.
But it works, because I have a few on my porch, and I'll have to send some pictures in on the page for that people can see. And in the mornings, the cats come out for their breakfast. And when I pet them, and this will be dead of winter when it's cold, and I pet them, their bodies are warm.
Good. That's important.
They work. They're, because you got the insulating from the cooler and it's filled that straw, and they come out, like I said, they are warm. They really work.
And it's important to remember, if you've got like leftover food or, that you can always feed it to the strays. They don't care if it's got an onion in it. They can eat a single onion, as long as you don't eat their pound weight in onions. I don't know. It seems like anymore people are just gotten reckless with their animals.
I know, and I don't know. I don't know why. I don't know.
Well, because they see them as exchangeable. They've been taught that you can buy. We can just get another one. We're gonna watch when Easter comes and Christmas. Let's remind everyone: animals are not fucking presents.
They're not toys.
Yeah,
they are not toys.
Yes, and they do get bigger. Vladimir over here, he apparently was a Christmas present. They got too big. Or an Easter present, they got too big.
Yeah, I do cringe when parents buy kids animals for gifts.
Yes.
Because it kind of makes it like they're, like you said, like it's an object.
Right.
And I just don't like that.
They're a 12 to 14-year commitment, if not longer. Did I ever expect, for Prissy when I got her for Dad to last 24 years? No. She's been around 24 years, outlived 3 owners, and looking at me going, "Are you going to quit soon?"
My 2 cats, Scampy's been gone like 3 years, but he lived to 19. Lucky just passed in the summer. He lived to 17. That's long for a cat.
That is. Well, that's really long. Cece had passed a couple years ago. She was 25 when she passed. Like, I don't know what happened with my dad's animals, but they live forever. Ever.
Anything over 20 is like, whoa.
Yeah. Yeah. And Chris is going on 22, 23, because of course we don't know her exact birthday. Laddie's up to 8, 9 now. little Ollie, he's getting older. He's getting more ratcheter. I've started feeding him multiple times a day now because he's gotten to that old cat stage where they just lose weight.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, you're getting fed multiple times a day. We're gonna fatten you up.
They lose their muscle mass.
Yeah.
And they get, you know what you can give them, not like too much. You can mix it with the regular food, kitten food.
Yeah.
Kitten food's fatty.
Yeah. As it needs.
I give it to, actually during the winter, I mix it in with the regular food for the outdoor cats, just to
Give them a little extra
bit for winter.
Yeah. Yeah. And it works out real good for him because that's what we're doing now is giving him kitten food. And, but he's getting old and cranky, and it's just like, yeah, I know Arthur's visiting you too today because you're moving about as well as I am.
And cat dementia is a thing. I'm sure it is for dogs too, not just, that's what happened to Lucky before he went. He actually was like a sundowner.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Explain more.
He would just go, like, he'd walk into the next room and just start to cry like he was in pain, but he wasn't. Nothing was wrong, but just that, and after talking with the vet, they just disoriented.
Yeah.
And don't sleep, just like an elderly person. He wouldn't sleep anymore. Cats sleep all the time.
Yeah.
And you think you're old, you should be sleeping more than the young cats. He wouldn't sleep. He paced and paced and paced.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it really was. It was like an elderly person with sundowners, but it was a cat. And like I said, the poor old thing, he wouldn't sleep and paced and cried and he wanted to eat all the time, but it was because he forgot he freaking ate 5 minutes ago. It really is a thing.
By the way, Kathleen, thank you so much for becoming a Patreon. But this comment just makes me want to commit murder. I work at an animal shelter, and it makes me want to commit murder when people bring in a cat, and then says, "What else do you have for adoption?" How can you just exchange like that? No.
First, you have to be smarter than the cat.
Yeah.
First of all,
that's kind of tough and hard because I've had cats that could turn my computer on. My first cat, Nina, she would literally turn my computer on and harass me to get me awake to work because she felt where the power button was and she loved smacking it because it come to life.
But that's like, well, mine today, there was time to eat. They wanted dinner. And I'm like, give me a couple minutes. I was actually gathering my things together for the show. I'm like, I'm getting my things together. I want to write a few things down so I don't forget to say this or that. Like, give me a minute. I'm working. No, they're knocking my shit down off the table onto the floor. Like, no.
Leave me and I'll leave you alone.
Yeah. We are priority. Screw your show.
Yeah. Like, we will pause for a cat food break because Lord knows we pause for letting dogs in and out. Or, putting them in their
They won. They won.
Yeah. But no, Gizmo's our only kennel trained dog. But the next one I guess is going to be kennel trained because I can just look at him and go to your room. And he just parks his little waddling butt into his room and even slaps the door behind him. Like he'll hit it to make it shut. So, yeah. So what are you doing this week? Anything fun?
What am I doing this week? Not much. Well, not much this week. I want to take it easy this week because next weekend's my hell weekend.
Yeah, that's the fun you're going to have is the next weekend. What are you doing next weekend?
Let me make sure I say the dates right. Saturday, November 5th, I'm at the Three Rivers Psychic Fair. in Pittsburgh, and then Sunday, November 6th, I'm at the Mystical Psychic Fair that's in Library, Bethel Park area.
Mhm.
Back to back.
Right.
That always happens to me, but that's okay. I can do it.
And
So,
then,
yeah, this weekend
before
I'm-
that, we've got Spooky West Virginia Psychic.
yes. Then on Monday we got our podcast. And were you wearing a costume?
I am wearing a costume.
Me too.
Yeah. I'm going to
It'll
come
be
as a vampire.
surprising. What's that?
I'm going to come as myself a vampire.
Oh, you're
Prove
so.
Natalie correct.
I'm gonna leave mine a surprise.
Oh. It'll be interesting.
Yeah,
I'm hoping someone does the woman from Poltergeist, the psychic.
Tangina.
Tangina. I always want to call her Carol Ann.
Yeah, Carol Ann's the little blonde girl that got sucked into the TV.
Uh-huh. Don't you think she became a psychic afterwards? Like, if they ever relaunch that would be fun.
Well, she did have abilities. Do you remember the one part in the movie? I remember this because it fascinated me when I was a kid, because that's when, well, at that age I was psychic, but didn't realize I was.
Mhm.
But I really wished I could do what she was doing. But then I could. What were they doing? She was reaching in a basket.
Uh-huh.
Someone told Carol Ann, like, hand me, I think it was yarn. I could be making this up. I don't know, but I think it's been a long time since I've seen the movie. But I think it was yarn, and whoever was with Carol Ann said, can you get me the orange color? And she never looked. She just went in and she picked up the yarn and handed it. And the woman was like, whoa, damn.
Right.
And I remember as a kid, like, I can do that.
Uh-huh.
And I used to test myself, like, with crayons and stuff.
Very cool.
But Carol Ann, yeah, she did have abilities.
I'm surprised. I would be interested to see, I think someone should do Sylvia Brown. I think that would be awesome, with long red nails. And her, her striped pants and her bright attitude. What else are we doing on that show? Do you remember? I know we've discussed other than dressing up.
Oh, we're kind of like what we're talking about now with Poltergeist, talking about how movies portray psychics.
Yeah. Yeah, we're going to be talking about that. There's some good, there's some bad, then there's some damn fucking ugly. I think I remember the movie Ghost. You're in danger, honey. You're in danger.
Girl.
With Whoopi Goldberg.
She was awesome, though. Like,
she was, and at least they got it right. Because I swear, that's how it is around here. David's walking around going, are you going to fucking pick up the dishes? Can you not pick up the dishes? We've got a client coming in 20 minutes. Pick up the damn dishes. I'm like, David, it's a phone call. I don't care. I got 20 minutes. Let's get the dishes done.
Oh, I got a client coming. I got to put on pants.
Yeah. But no, for me, my experience with Buster Guy is very much like Ghost. Like, he just hangs around, does my shit, pulls the files from the other side. I'm like, yeah, now you need to divorce that one. Tell them they need to divorce them. But David, I can't just say go divorce them. That's like burn your shit. Yeah, that'd probably be a good idea too. They got too much junk while they're at it.
And I'm going to have to do a little research over the weekend. I know there's probably some other movies.
Yeah. I'm going to do some research on top 10 psychic movies.
I know there's one that's good. I can't think of the name of it. Where this girl in a small town gets murdered. And the little town psychic tarot readers having all these dreams and I mean, it doesn't work exactly like that, but what I do like, I'll find out the name of it for the show on Monday. But what I did like about that is how, like, it shows that things don't come like clear cut to us.
Yeah. I love when I pull up the thing and it's like the top 10 psychic movies and The Shining's there.
I've never watched The Shining all the way through.
Oh my goodness.
I've always just like pieces and parts. Like I don't know why. I've never like sat and watched it from beginning to end.
Yeah.
I need to do that.
Yeah. You need to find the one that was on TV. Annabelle, I think, is an interesting one. That's a true life one.
Mm-hmm.
And actually, that was the inspiration for Chucky.
Yeah, Chucky's.
I like the first one. The second one was okay. Getting married to Chucky was cool. After that, I just wanted to run over people.
Yeah, I watched the first one. I didn't watch the other ones.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not always a fan of sequels.
Yeah. One of my favorite ones is one I don't think anyone talks about. It's the 13 Ghosts with the Dark Zodiac in it.
Oh.
That's an interesting one.
Yeah, that's one I haven't seen for a long time either. I have to kind of think on it.
Yeah. Yeah, there is one called The Gift. I will take a look into that one since you bring it up so we can give opinions on it. But no, I think Monday will be awesome. My plan is to be on network and taking appointments. Now, we do have Psychic Saturday this Saturday. Now, the Patreons, your discount does count on Psychic Saturday, but everyone else, that is $20 for a 15-minute appointment with me. And that's always fun and good to do. Let's see, what else is there going on this week that's even... Psychic the Plans is on Sunday, so you'll get to see me set up November.
Get your Dollar Tree planners.
And I'm going to go and get some Dollar Tree planners. That's actually a video that I'm working on in November, because that's when everyone tries to choose a planner for the year. And I'm like, let me break it down to what you actually got. And then on the 1st of November, we have the double shot of coffee.
Double shot of coffee.
Double shot of Psychic the Plans.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's on Tuesday.
That's on Tuesday. And then Wednesday, of course, we have, I believe, Cauldron reading still. And then, of course, we're back at coffee and tea. Oh, that'll be fun.
I think it's me again.
I think it is you again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Y'all are going to get tired of my face.
No, not really. We're just going to get you prepped up next time. I like these little crafting seminars. I don't know. I may sit here and start quilting through the winter.
I know.
During the
I
show.
consider myself a crafty person. Like, I'm not a crafty person. I can't like make stuff like wreaths and like, I mean, I don't know. This, I guess, is crafty, but I'm putting something together. I'm not actually making it, but I'm not crafty. My oldest daughter, she's very crafty. She's very talented.
Mm-hmm. And that's always, I don't know. I love quilting when I get time. I like to hand quilt, but I have a machine over here. I'm not going to machine and do a show, but hand quilting, I don't know. I may start doing that. Joe knits. So, we got the textile market covered. Of course, I think you should do TikToks and knit. Like, there's a TikToker that does that. I just find it hilarious. Like, she's talking news and knitting along.
I did learn to crochet years ago. My aunt taught me, but the furthest I ever got was doing a chain.
Well, you take the chain and then you stitch the chain together onto the next chain. I can't crochet because my hands won't let me do it anymore, but it's fun to do.
Yeah, I had lots of chains.
Mm-hmm.
Miles long.
Mm-hmm. But no, winter comes and it's craft time. It's organizational time. Finally got my pantry reorganized after the big migration of my house. I'm really enjoying my suite. Because for those that don't know, that's actually a door and it goes into now my bedroom. And over here's my pantry that takes me into the kitchen. And I'm like, how can I get a shower in the pantry? Do I want a shower in the pantry or do I want a bigger deep freeze? The debates that goes through a psychic's brain about reorganizing the house.
I'll be happy this weekend. I know tomorrow, spending some time with the grandkids.
Yay.
Like I said, just taking it easy this weekend because next weekend's just, all work and working all week. But I'm hoping Sunday I need to do the clothes transition thing.
Yeah, it's time to pull out the winter clothes. I'm getting ready to do that later tonight.
Yeah, my stuff's like
sit down and work. You need to come work when I do psychic the plan. Sit down and let's plan out your November because it's going to be busy. Of course, I'm not doing a Thanksgiving turkey this year. I'm not spending twice the amount of money for a turkey the same way I got last year because of some bird flu.
So turkeys are up too, I'm sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
They're saying they're going to be twice the price they were last year, and I thought they were ridiculous last year. Strangely, beef has gone cheap this year.
Yeah, that's going down. I did notice that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't eat much beef though, but it has gone down.
Oh, I'm looking forward to making a meatloaf. Like I looked at Jonas, I got 3 pounds of meat, and at least one of that's going into a meatloaf. Because I haven't had a good meatloaf in a while. He's like, I thought you didn't like meatloaf. I like my meatloaf. I don't like my grandmother's meatloaf.
My husband makes a good meatloaf.
Oh, he does?
Mm-hmm.
Witchcraft is like meatloaf. Everyone makes it differently. Everyone does it differently. And that's what people need to realize.
And it's all good.
It's all good. It's all tasty. And it better be good or it could be bad. You never know. There's some bad witches out there. There's some Aunt Claras out there that forget where they put the knob to the door. They're going into their book of shadows.
Them ones out there to put ketchup on the meatloaf. Yeah, don't put ketchup on the meatloaf.
Mustard either.
No.
Your own sauce, starting with tomato sauce and brown sugar and cooking it down and reducing it and adding in some flavor to it. Take your time to make that meatloaf gravy and put it on there with some bacon, 2 slices of bread in the bottom of the pan to soak up the grease so that you have a nice flavorful meatloaf. Dice your onion up and chop your peppers up and use tomato paste. Ketchup is only useful for one thing, and that's making barbecue sauce in the middle of summer.
Or to dip your French fries in.
No, that's what mustard, mayonnaise, and balsamic vinegar is for.
Oh, that stuff's good for French fries too.
I'm really bitchy about ketchup. I don't know. It's been since I was a teenager, and I think my mother covered everything in ketchup, and I just couldn't stand it.
Oh, you got trauma.
Mm-hmm. And he's like, no, thank you. Oh, Shannon's got a nice hat from crocheting. But no. So yeah, November's going to be a fun month. It'll be a fun month with the station. We will no longer be able to broadcast to groups. That was confirmed tonight. So if you're a Patreon member, please join us over on YouTube. That way we'll have fun. When we get to Are You an Asshole, we will be doing them through polls, which will be fun.
No.
I don't know. I've been thinking about bringing a Reddit section over here because there are some Reddits that are interesting in the psychic community, but I tend to talk TikTok over here and the bullshit that goes down there.
That would be fun.
Yeah.
I like the Are You an Asshole? I like that.
I don't like those. But no, there's a psychic subreddit that sometimes gets interesting. They're like discussions. I'll send you a link.
Yeah.
They get kind of spicy. Do you ever mentally visit places during meditation? Is it called projecting? Projecting is when other people can see you. What's your idea of projection versus astral?
Well, I'd say, yeah, like what you said, projection, others can see you.
Right.
Or astral, you can't be seen.
Yeah. Astral, you're not seeing. You may be visiting a different plane of existence.
Kind of like a dream state, kind of
Right.
small.
Yep. But no, there's some interesting psychic questions over here. I thought maybe we could take one on next week. I'll let you pick it. I send it to you in Messenger so that you can pick it. Oh, I'm glad you liked the polls. You liked the polls. That, of course, will be a YouTube only thing. So be sure to go over there.
Yeah, I'll read on that, and so we could talk about that next Thursday.
Yeah, choose one over there and we'll talk about it. Some is discussionary. Others are kind of like, what? A medium told me I can bend time and space. Only by a bad watch. But no, this 2D versus 3D world versus 5D world. I'm sure you have thoughts on that. But anyway, there's different Reddit. I sent you the Reddit. We can start talking about that. I think I'll bring that up with all the girls, and let's you guys choose the post, and we'll talk about it. Because like projecting means that you are projecting yourself to somewhere else. So, like example, if I wanted to project myself over to, Tracy's house, she could see me. That's the whole point, is you can see the person.
Right. Think of a projector.
Mm-hmm.
It shoots an image out. You see it.
Yes. And then, astral projection is where you're invisible. You project, but you're remote viewing. Is a better word for it, is remote viewing. You're seeing the place.
Yeah, that is a good way to put it.
Yep.
It's so hard. I don't know. It's not physical.
Right. It's not like I can physically project myself up to Tracy's right now and get me a cup of her Earl Grey tea hot. Yeah. So have you projected before? Because I get told all the time that I've projected.
Well, that's interesting. Maybe, because I've been told a lot, like, I was here, I was there, this person looks exactly like you, kind of stuff like that. And I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
so, maybe you kind of wonder.
Mm-hmm. I've had people go, all right, you're bugging, I'm done with you bugging me. And I'm like, I'm not bugging you. That's your conscious bugging you. Or I had to make an appointment with you because I saw you the other day. And I'm like, okay. And they're like in Taiwan. And I'm like, I ain't been in Taiwan in ever. It hasn't been this lifetime, but okay. What's your question?
I had one of those. Oh my goodness. This woman, I did a reading. She was in South America.
Uh-huh.
And she was on my tarot page, my Facebook Tea and Tarot page. So it's not like she didn't know what I looked like. Mm-hmm. She saw pictures of me. She saw the page. And she said, she booked a reading. And we did a Zoom. And she's like, yeah, my sister got a reading from you when you were down here. And I'm like, wait, what?
Yeah.
And she's like, you were down here in whatever city, and you were here and you did readings. And I was like, and I'm like, no, yeah, you were. And I felt bad. And I'm like, okay. I'm like, do you still want this reading? Because I'm not, it's you. I see your Facebook page. I see your picture.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, okay, let's go. I'm like, I'm not going to argue with you. Let's do this reading.
Yeah.
She swore up and down. I've never been in South America.
Uh-huh.
Brazil area. I've never been.
No.
But she swore up and down I was, and I was there reading.
Uh-huh. I remote nag sometimes.
Remote nag.
I wish I could remote slap people across the head. Because I tell you, there's some boyfriends I read on sometimes. I want to walk up and just slap them across the face and go, would you just fucking call her? I'm tired of talking to her, because you won't talk to her. But that's when I get really involved with clients. And it's like, no, you're dating a douchebag. Dump him. So, yeah, I think we will add this to the show. I think it would be fun.
Yeah. I know very rarely, I wish this wasn't true, but it's not too often you have a reading where it's like, this guy's great.
Well, there are some really great guys out there. There are some really great guys that have some really bad, fucked up homing skills. There are some guys out there that have been so abused by women that they suck in relationships. And it's like, okay, you got to reprogram him. Like, he needs a reset button. And then we have some bad behavior for men and women in relationships.
Oh, yeah, it's men and women both. Yeah.
Yeah. But no, well, I called him 5 times today and he didn't answer me. Does he not have voicemail? Yes, I left him 5 messages and I texted him 20 times. Honey, leave him the hell alone.
Oh, I got this one. This was a good one. I felt for this guy. I hope he's still hiding. We started a reading and she's like, can you curse someone? I went, what, who, me? Can you curse someone for me? He blocked me on everything. And my first thought was, rightly so.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's not him, boo-boo, it's you.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I told her. I said, no, we don't curse people because they blocked you on everything.
Well, I'm just thinking of the boomerang effect of this, because everything you put out in the universe returns to you threefold. So if you curse somebody over blocking you on the internet, so you're cursing them, so the action was blocking you over the internet, so you're going to get blocked 9 times?
And I'm not getting involved in that.
I ain't getting involved in that. It's bad enough I got people unsubscribing from my mailing list, not just left anything else.
Yeah, so yes, I'd love to give you a reading, but don't ask me to curse anyone.
Yeah.
Because the answer is no.
Well, they got to be real it's got to be something good. Something real entertaining for me to even get out my black gloves to curse. I think the last curse I've done was on a rapist up in Pennsylvania. Of course, I get told I curse people all the time. I'm like, I cuss a lot. I haven't.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I don't mind cussing. Kind of give me his number. I'll call him up and cuss him out.
Yeah, I'll do that in a minute.
I'll do that in a minute. But, that's about as far as, cursing for relationship or, can you make my soulmate come to me? Can you get your studies done so you can handle your soulmate? No, there's your answer.
Yeah, be careful what you wish for. It's real. That's a thing.
Yeah. Because I always wish that people are happy. They're in the right relationships. They are learning their own lessons. And this was brought up to me. And I want your opinion on it. Notice I'm taking my glasses off for this one so that I don't fling them across the room. I love this TikToker. It's called, her name is Not So Old Crone. And apparently she had to put out a PSA because apparently people are telling people that, oh, you got a bad boyfriend because you were supposed to teach him a lesson. It's your karmic destiny to teach him a lesson, so you need to stay in that marriage to teach him his lesson.
No.
The level of bullshit. The level of bullshit. If he is an abuser, you are not his lesson. You are his victim.
Right. The lesson's for you to
say, fuck you, I'm out of here.
Move on. Exactly.
Exactly.
And learn that lesson and don't get with someone else like that.
Exactly.
That would be the lesson.
Very much so.
And
So I
for
want to take a
him,
moment and thank our Patreons. Of course, Kathleen just joined, honey. You've not been added to anything yet. You will be, I promise you. But let's go through our Patreons. Thank you, Beverly Walker, Mika G, Kathy, Mary Winfield, Brenda Bryant, Ashley Guest, Shannon C, Shannon D, Lady Gwendolyn, Charles Shaw, Dottie the Psychic, Tracy Vaughn, Donna Warwick, and the Laughing Tree Grove, and of course, Kathleen Bell. Guys, you guys had a great meeting last night. It is posted up there. So be sure to go visit that. I like that curse. Grandma used to say to wish them a very happy life, just far away from you. I like that comment. That's a good one. My favorite curse is may you get the day you deserve.
I like that. Have the day you deserve.
Uh-huh. So with that, we want to thank you. And it's been a joy to sit down and have coffee and tea tonight. We will be talking to you again next Thursday with our coffee and tea. And until then, good night, y'all.
Good night. Hello.
One moment.